this story isn't about cheating, at least not in the way you might expect. It's about what happens when the person you share a life with slowly becomes a stranger. I had been married for 6 years, together for nearly a decade. We had routines, inside jokes, shared responsibilities, the kind of relationship where nothing feels dramatic anymore, just stable, predictable, safe. My husband worked long hours. That wasn't unusual. He had always been career focused. Sometimes he'd come home late. Sometimes he'd leave early. I trusted him. I never checked his phone, never tracked his location. There was no reason to, until small things started to feel off. He began disappearing more often. Not overnight. Not suddenly. Just enough that I noticed. He'd say work ran late, or that a meeting went long. But the explanations were vague, reusable, always just believable enough. Then there were the changes. He dressed differently, more carefully. He started grooming himself like he was going somewhere important, but not with me. I told myself I was overthinking. People change. Life gets busy. Marriage settles into routine. But the feeling didn't go away. It grew. One night, purely by coincidence, I saw him across town. I was driving home from a late errand, stopped at a red light, and there he was, walking into a bar I'd never heard him mention. At first I laughed it off. Coincidences happen. But then I noticed something else. He wasn't alone. He was laughing, relaxed, confident, like someone who wasn't rushing home. I didn't follow him that night, but I couldn't forget the image. Over the next few weeks, I paid attention, not obsessively, just carefully. His schedule didn't line up anymore. His stories felt rehearsed. One evening, I did something I had never done before. I followed him. He didn't go to work. He didn't go to a client meeting. He went somewhere else entirely. A different part of the city, a neighborhood we'd never talked about. I parked across the street, watched him walk inside, and waited. When he came out, he was with people I didn't recognize. They greeted him warmly, like they knew him well. They called him by a name that wasn't his. That was the moment my stomach dropped. Over the next few days, I did something I never imagined doing. I researched my own husband. I found social media accounts I didn't know existed. Photos, check-ins, entire conversations. He had a different name, a different routine, a different social circle. In those photos, he looked happy, alive, like someone living a parallel life. I realized then this wasn't a mistake. This wasn't an affair, like this was intentional. When I confronted him, I expected anger, like denial, something dramatic. Instead, he looked relieved. He told me he needed space, that he felt trapped, that the other life felt simpler, less pressure, less expectation. He said it started as a way to unwind, then became easier than coming home. I asked him why he didn't just leave. He said he didn't want to lose either version of his life. That was the answer. I didn't scream. I didn't argue. I realized I had already lost him, long before I found out. We separated quietly. No public fallout. No big confrontation. Just the slow understanding that trust doesn't disappear all at once. It erodes. Looking back, I don't wonder how long it lasted. I wonder how long I ignored the signs. Some people don't cheat. They escape. And sometimes The most dangerous secrets aren't the loud ones. They're the ones hidden behind normal routines. Map true stories, real deception, real awakening.